So Macy, for all the listeners out there, anybody there's seen one or two out there that are looking to get into 3D printing, what would you recommend them to start with? If they're just haven't ever printed, what would you recommend doing now that you've got quite a bit under your belt of what you've done? So what would you go with?
I would maybe start with either the A1 with bamboo or just jump straight to the P1S. You're gonna probably jump to the P1S anyways, so if you've got the $600, get the P1S. It just makes things so much easier. There's really not a learning curve. You get it in a box, you pull it out, plug a couple things in. You don't have to build anything really. You just plug it in and go. You can watch a few videos on how to use the slicer, where to get free files, things like that to just get your feet wet a little bit. But that would be the easiest way, I think. There's lots of places where you can get models for free. Like Thingiverse was really big when I first started. I don't know if it's still a big thing now that there's Maker World and printables and things and cults. There's literally so many places that you can go and get free models to just learn how to print. The first thing I ever printed, so I was into CrossFit. I did CrossFit for like 7 years. And so when I first started printing, I was like, I'm going to print CrossFit things. And so I found these like barbell clamps and I started printing it and I knew nothing about supports and everything fused together. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to be horrible at this. And so that little project kind of died and I started making just a simple box as my first print. So if you're getting started, start very simple. Don't dive in and choose this elaborate model because then if something fails, it really failed. Start very simple. Find something that you think is interesting. Give it a try. But be willing to learn because it doesn't come super easy right off the bat. It may take a second. Lots of videos on YouTube. Sure. There's lots of people here who could give you some suggestions. But yeah, it's great. I talk to people all the time and tell them, like, if you want to get into 3D printing, I know a guy. I can help you out. But yeah, that's kind of something I hope to do in the future with my YouTube is create more content for beginners. Like literally give them a roadmap. Here's the printer you should buy. Here's the filament you should buy. Here's the videos you should watch. Different things like that. So that's in the future. I think it's a lot easier for beginners to get in now than it was even 2 years ago. Start with bamboo. That's my move.
Yeah, and go to Macy Makes 3D and ask her for all the questions. It's your show. You need to go ask her. She's the pro. She's the one who's going to tell you how to do it.
Ask her. You can ask her, what do you do after CrossFit? And she's going to say, I do math.
Yeah.